Hello everyone, this is the Not So Sad Panda here saying hello. Welcome to Beyond Two Souls Review. So, I'm going to tell you what basically was not covered in the first impressions and give you a brief synopsis. Both spoiler free and full of spoilers. So yes. First off, this is the game title screen. So, one important thing I mentioned last time is the story does not happen in sequence. It does happen in chapters, but it does not go in order. So you could have broken level 7, but then you could have, uh, the party, number 6, level 6. And that becomes clear of why they've taken this direction, doing the story at the end. And also something else they elaborate with the ending is the relationship between Jodie and Aden. It becomes very clear in the end what happens. So yes. Also, there are a couple other things. If you are getting this game brand new, you do have certain things that come with it. For instance, you probably are getting codes for the soundtrack, the advanced levels and all that. For example, we can go to additional content. We can go to the downloaded content, which I have the advanced experiments because I did buy this new. And you have to use Aden to, I don't know, sync up with the memories or whatever. One of those things. So, let's go. Let me think. I didn't think of a good chapter ahead of time that would be a good one for you to see the slow motion things going on. And what else? This means probably good save. So a couple more things about the game that I've learned through playing it is that depending on how you handle certain situations will depend on the outcome, but you'll still get to the same point in the story. For example, there is a level where you were on a cliff trying to run away from the cops. Now, if you do this right, the cops don't find you. But if you do it wrong, you get captured. But you still end up stealing the police motorcycle. There's just different ways you go about doing it. If you're captured, you break out of the police car and steal the motorcycle. And if you are not captured, you basically sneak around them and steal it as well. Of course, you have to do some other things like you might have to possess somebody, or you might have to, blow up a car, use an Aden, not Aden. Never mind. Uh, and something else, you can see this takes forever to load, the last moments of the dead. So, well, not only the dead, you can see if someone's alive, you need physical contact with somebody or something, and you can see certain imprinted memories, I guess.
He commands a heavily armed militia using it to control
And
districts in the city.
yes, that's pretty much all else I've learned, other than things through the story.
He relocates.
Not too much difference. I mean, in this particular level, this is after Jodie, was,
start looking.
in the CIA,
You'll be on your own.
because obviously her abilities would make her a hot commodity.
No backup.
Um,
And eliminate your target.
And
beacons, we can extract you.
You are basically going to assassinate a war terrorist, quote unquote.
The last
War soldier
that was captured here.
And this whole mission takes place in Haiti. And there is a civil war going on there, even in real life as well. And yeah.
I'll be back before they even realize what's happened.
So yeah, once again, you can see that game graphics are fantastic. You have decisions, and of course you have your main characters like Ellen Page and Willem Dofoe that set up the stage for this entire game. Now, my synopsis, spoiler-free of this game, is you play as Jodie Holmes and the entity Aden. And they have a weird relationship. And that relationship leads to some hijinks. And you were in this girl's... You will play this girl's life for about a 15-year period. And there are certain choices you get to make, and some of them are more important than others. And there are 6 different endings, depending on what decisions you make. Kind of a minor spoiler, there becomes a point in the game where you get to choose between life or death. Choose death, obviously you're dead. Ending for that. However, if you choose life, there are 5 different endings for that. So yes, that's something to keep in mind. Also, something you will notice is that person is red. I did find out red means kill, yellow means position, and blue means you're probably better knocking them out. And don't work nowhere in them. So I'm going to take cover behind here because Jodie thing. Now I have a couple options of taking this guy out. I could rattle these bins over here and sneak right by him, or I could take him on hand to hand, which I might do so that way you guys can see the slow motion fighting, which I was not able to show you guys last. So here we go with the slow motion fighting. You can use the directional to decide which way you want to go. And according to that, it will depend on how effective you are at killing and or distracting your opponents, such as that. So he was a pretty easy knockout, silent, no problems. Now this guy we know we can kill, so we're not going to intentionally piss him off. So we're just going to go in as Aden and choke him to death. Force choke. Jeez. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much it. If you don't want to see or hear my spoiler synopsis, because that's the only major things going on that are different, this is probably where you guys might want to dip out. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, spoiler. Okay, so big spoilers. Synopsis is you play Jodie Holmes. You're basically experimented on and studied. The person that is studying you, Willem Dofoe's character, Nathan, kind of owes the CIA because I guess they fund him in a manner.
Go a little
And yeah, And that, of course, leads into other things like this mission. Your love interest is whatever his name is, the guy that we were just at the CIA camp with. Joe? Zach? I don't remember. Not important. Not my love interest. And basically, the CIA wants you because not only are you a tool with abilities that no one else has, but also because they want to know what's in the beyond where Aden is from. Because that's where all spirits and
Great. Now let's go.
Other things are from. I was trying to think of a word to use other than demons, but that is the best word I can think of at the moment. And yeah, these demons are trouble, and you find out that not only is the CIA secretly making a portal into this world, trying to find a way there to use them for their own means, but they are also trying to colonize / conquer that world, which sounds like a big mistake, which it is. And events like that unfold. And from that, of course, Jodie's relationship with other characters changes and develops even further. At the end, you do find out that Aden is your twin brother, and that is why he's been with you. That explains the rare relationship, because it's not, Aden picks on her and gives her a hard time and things like that, not because, he's mean, but because that's, her brother. Also, you find out that you're adopted, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of as far as like super spoilers. Also, with the 5 endings, you get to choose. If you choose life, you basically get to choose how the setup is for the next game, I guess, is what the thing is, because it leaves it hugely, obviously, wide open for a second game, because no matter which ending you pick, if you choose life, there is an ending with the apocalypse, with the beyond bleeding into the real world. Now, the happiest ending I found, because I did play all the endings, or chose all the endings, was the one with Zoe. You get to live with, where you go live with the girl and the homeless people you were with when you were homeless, and that's really cool. And if you choose death, you get a very similar ending, with the exception that Ellen Page's character is no longer part of that ending. So I guess that would be the right ending, but the other 2 endings, or the other 3 life endings, are all the same, minus, who you're living with, because you could choose to live alone with the Native American brothers that you met along the road, or you can live with the CIA guy.
Should be easy to find.
And those 3 endings are the same, but I don't know. The fact that the life and death, or living with, Zoe and the death one are so close, with the exception of you being there, makes me feel like that is probably, I guess the right ending, even though that's not a word I want to use, because obviously they give you choices, because they want to let you know that, hey, this could have came out this direction instead of that direction, and so on and so forth. But that's the one I feel like is probably the right one, along with probably the happiest. But yes, that is going to be it for me today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed Beyond Two Souls. and all that. Also, one last thing that I probably should have said before the people that were worried about the spoiler alert is that this is easily a game you could go with just renting or watching someone else play, because as you can see, this is not a game you want to play for experience or fun reason. This is not Call of Duty or Deadpool or something like that, where it's like, hey, I definitely want to play this game. You can easily watch this game and get the same experience out of it. And I kind of really like that. Wish I knew that before I bought it, but, I could have just, borrowed it or, something else. But, definitely worth the money in my opinion. It was longer than a movie and more enjoyable than a movie. So I definitely think the money value is there, especially with all the things like the soundtrack and stuff like I got. So yeah, all in all, I'll say it was worth it and I had a really good time playing this. That's going to be it for me today, folks. This has been the Not So Sad Panda. Signing out. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you all later. Bye-bye.